Hi, everyone. I'm Kate Geckler, and I live in La Grande, Oregon. I'm very close to EOU, like 6 minutes away, and I'm in my last term of the program. When I was looking at these questions, I was pretty excited to get a chance to communicate with you guys face to face, kind of. I think I was inspired to become a counselor because throughout my life, I've worked with special populations such as people who are unhoused, people who are dealing with addiction issues, a lot of low income families, families who it often feels like the odds are stacked against them. And so many times I have tried to always take an environmental approach. So, as a caseworker, okay, let's work on getting you housed and let's make sure that you have great access to food and you're going to the doctor. And eventually it kind of occurred to me that there's a more spiritual part to this process too. And a part that can really thrive on having, that unconditional positive regard, which I think I showed throughout my time as a caseworker in different capacities. Um, but counseling is so much better. So, my current area of interest is I'm working with elementary school children. So, I'm employed by the Center for Human Development. And then I actually go to two different elementary schools here in La Grande. I also do home visits and sometimes I see kids at CHD. Since it's summer, I've been doing a lot of home visits, still seeing kids at the now empty schools and at CHD. Um, in the future, I love working with college students. That I did that for 4 years, and that was probably my favorite population. I actually did it at EOU, and I do miss that a lot. But elementary school kids are pretty amazing. Excitements and concerns. I think I'm most excited just to learn. Uh, One of the things that I liked about this is that sorry, I have a golden retriever who's being crazy beneath me. But one of the things that I'm excited about is the opportunity to learn. Go, Finn. Less well known. Babe, can you call Finn? Sorry. Um, to learn more about the less well known population. So I feel like oftentimes we get these kind of big snapshots of underserved populations, and we also leave other ones out still because, like Dr. Mike said, it's just there's no way to include everything. In the intro video, one thing Dr. Mike had also asked about was if you have a certain population you're interested in learning more about, tell me. I'm actually super interested in learning more about Pacific Islanders in general as a culture. We have a really high population of people in our community who are of Pacific Islander descent here in La Grande. Actually, EOU has the highest amount of students who identify as Pacific Islander, like for the amount of students they have, more than any other school actually in Oregon, any university. So that's kind of cool. And my best friend is also from Plow, and so I have a vested interest in just kind of learning more. Any topics or areas that I'm feeling uncertain or nervous about? No. I think the acquisition of knowledge is always exciting. Goals and intentions. What do I hope to learn or accomplish, particularly regarding working with specialty populations? I think I want to be better. I want to be able to not only utilize interventions that are helpful for clients um, and understand how theories apply to different types of clients, but I also want to understand them better and I want to know where there are resources, where to find the resources to better help them. So just kind of again, learning all the things, being able to apply them, and also maybe looking for other resources that could be helpful. Specific advanced techniques, everything. I went to a 5-day play therapy, 4-day, 5-day play therapy training. Sydney, you'll have to remind me which one it was because it felt like forever. And I absolutely loved it. I do a lot of play with the kids I work with. I also do a lot of the expressive therapy. So we integrate in a lot of art therapy activities and interventions. Narrative therapy from the first has always been one of my favorite types to utilize. So I do a lot of reframing with my clients. That's something younger children kind of inherently understand once you start practicing it with them. And we also do a lot of rewriting their narratives, their personal narratives. So Sometimes we hear about some really hard things that have happened to the human beings we're working with. And we can kind of help them to reframe that as like, you're resilient, you're brave, you're strong, instead of like some of those more negative thoughts that might more easily occur to them. Okay, self-care reflection. Okay, not too much reflection needed. I am kind of awful at it right now, but when school is over, I have an amazing plan. I think this is like been my problem my whole career. I love to work. And sometimes I love to work to my own detriment. So this program has helped me recognize the need for self-care, and I'm still learning about the application. So my goal for self-care next week is to eat lunch, because I've been running around and I haven't gotten a lunch and I don't even remember when. And I know that's not healthy and that's not really sustainable. And so I want to be the best counselor I can be, and I know I need to work on that. Some ways I currently engage in self care are I'm not afraid to take sick days if I need one. Um, I will absolutely rearrange my schedule to account for that so nobody is at a loss if I need to take that mental health day. Um, I also, like today, I was feeling really, really tired and I knew I had a lot of personal things going on. And so I gave myself permission to not finish my notes and leave at 4. So I guess maybe self care to me is practicing what I preach. So progress versus perfection. And when thinking about those 7 pillars of self care, areas that are strengths for me or are social and emotional, physical. So I am really lucky. I work with Alicia. I work with Jessica. And I have some really great friends at my workplace. So I'm surrounded by people who kind of nurture and feed my soul. It's very much a social experience when I do come into the office. Um, I am absolutely somebody who I feed off physical self care. So taking baths, getting hugs. I think I've said this throughout my time in the program. It's really important to me, and it makes me feel better when I see a friend or another therapist, clinician, even some kids' parents. Everybody can use a hug sometimes. And I think that's a strength. I think the willingness to take and receive physical affection with boundaries, clearly, but it is a strength. We do have, I actually have some rules with kids, like I'm not going to hug you in my office alone, but I'll hug you in the hall, right? Because we want you to be safe, and you shouldn't really have any grown-ups who aren't your parents hugging you in private. Anyway, some areas I hope to strengthen, spiritual always, right? Sometimes it's very easy to get caught up in the day to day and kind of forget to like nourish our spirits. And I'm guilty of that. Recreational, I absolutely have been holding up and just doing the work and homework for years. And so I'm really looking forward to like going out and having hobbies once school's done and just kind of having more time. I do have a garlic farm, but I've been neglecting it, right? So absolutely those environmental, recreational, and physical. I have a gym membership I haven't used in a year. Um, the flip side of that is I do a lot of physical activities with the kids I work with. So anyway, this is a lot. So if you have made it this far, I am quite impressed. Personal intention. One personal intention for how I will stay grounded, present, and engaged throughout this course. I think I would like to set the personal intention of looking at this as a type of self care because it is helping me be better prepared to work with my clients. It's in many ways, our courses throughout the program have helped me to become a better parent and a better partner. And I think just kind of recognizing this as an important part of balance uh, will help me. So, my personal intention is to look at this as an actionable self care item that I'm carrying out. I cannot see, it cannot be done in a Bible. Remember, counseling cannot be done in a Bible, so please respond to your peers thoughtfully and intentionally. I wonder if there was a spelling error. Um, so anyway, I can't wait to meet all of you. Sorry, my kitchen and me are a wreck, but I'm excited. See you guys soon.